Welcome back to the Run Radio podcast. Run Radio Fitness is very important and passionate about getting community involvement for a good cause. And today, Eryn Pruitt is joining us with a wonderful cause coming up. Please tell us all about it.
Yeah, thank you, Trina. My name's Eryn. Like you said, I am with Foster Adopt Connect, and we have our Sock and Undie Rundie coming up on April 6th, which is a 5K, 10K, and this year now a half marathon that we're excited to add on. And what this race helps is get socks and underwear for kids in foster care or kids who were touched by the child welfare system. We have a program here at Foster Adopt Connect called Sammy's Window that helps over 1,600 families every single month now. And that looks like a variety of things. Maybe it's food bags. We have a mobile unit that goes out to rural communities. Maybe it's just clothing. Maybe it's hygiene items. Whatever that looks like, Sammy's Window is there to help and help lift that tangible burden that sometimes can come on when you're caring for kids or caring, especially for a kid that you didn't plan for, and who maybe has some higher effort behaviors or sometimes children come into foster care with nothing but the clothes on their back. So Sammy's Window is there to help make sure that they have all the items that they need. And so that the family doesn't have to worry about that stuff. They can worry about being a loving and safe home for that kid. And we can help give, for example, for the Socks and Undie Rundie, new socks and underwear.
Right. I've had the privilege of seeing how wonderful Sammy's Window is. It's like a boutique.
Yes,
People can go in and pick out the things that are needed for the kids that are staying with them. Like you said, everything, shoes, clothes, the necessary hygiene items that you just a lot of times will take for granted that you've got on your shelf when you go to reach for it.
absolutely. Yeah. And that was one of the founding principles of Sammy's. Mark Hay actually founded
Yes.
Sammy's Window. And he started it as a weekend project to help honor his dad, who is Sammy, help honor what his dad went through when he was in foster care in the system. And really have just honed in on that is that sometimes this is overlooked and this is a vulnerable population that we want to make sure we're advocating for and making sure they have all the resources necessary.
Well, I'm glad you're doing that. And I know that it takes tremendous effort to keep those things going. So, why did you choose to do a race instead of just a clothing drive or something like that?
Yeah, that's a great question. One, it's fun. We love the Sock and Undie Rundie, not just because it's fun to say, but because it is genuinely a good time. We have superheroes that are there. We'll have a DJ. We're all about that. This can be, dark is one word. It can be a hard thing to hear about, child abuse and neglect, but really making what we're doing, what we're raising money for fun. And so, the run brings people who maybe have never heard of Sammy's Window, but love to run, and we can rope them in that way. So that's why we've chose a run over anything else, is really so that we can target a new audience, make it fun, and really just make it, a fun event that everyone can go to.
Well, runners are definitely compassionate in our community and will be interested in being there. Now, you've changed things up this year a little bit. So, tell us all about that.
Yeah. So, like I mentioned, we just added our half marathon. We're excited about that. That comes with its own challenges. It's so fun to hear people who are training for the half marathon because, I'm like, oh, I'll take for granted the the organizing I have to put on.
Yeah.
I'd rather do the organizing than the running. But yeah, the half marathon is new. We're over at Rutledge Wilson Farm Park is where the race will be. And it's a beautiful course. We got to kind of walk it and go through the whole course. And people who sign up are really in for a treat with the half marathon this year. We're excited to see that growth.
It is beautiful. I do want runners to know the terrain is a little bit challenging. It's hilly
Right.
out there. You're not on constant pavement. There are some places where you have bridges and a little bit of gravel.
Yeah.
So I want them to be aware of that. But otherwise, it is a beautiful run. And what are some of the things that you want to let them know to point them in the right direction? Make sure they're having at the top of their mind when they're thinking, "Hey, I might want to do this."
Yeah. Well, the number one, the most important thing is to keep in mind the mission behind it.
Yes.
We want people to know that when they're coming here, simply registering helps tremendously, Sammy. for Sammy's window. And we're also asking people who sign up for the race to also bring socks and underwear and make it a big drive the day of, and really get to, treat our Sammy's window crew with all the new stuff that they can get the day after. But yeah, if you were signing up, we want you to know, be prepared for a great time, but also be prepared to open your heart. And like you said, runners are compassionate and a kind bunch. So we're excited, just to kind of share the love that we can give to kids, and share that with the runners.
Great. Sounds wonderful. We will be spreading the word, getting people out there. Are there any links you want to share before we close?
Absolutely. It is fosteradopt.org/Undie Rundie. You can also check out our Facebook, which is just Foster Adopt Connect Springfield. We are posting on there all the time, and you can click on the run link from there.
Sounds great. If you're interested in being a running representative, reach out info@runradio.net. Thanks, Eryn.
Thank you.